Hi everyone, my name is Sophie, and today I will be teaching you to make slime if you're bored due to the movement control order. So one very important thing you need to do before you start making the slime is to ask your parents if you have permission. So here are the list of ingredients you need. You need a bowl to make your slime in. You'll need some glue. You'll need a spoon. You need some borax powder. You need some warm or hot water. You'll need some food coloring or paint. And you will need a mixing tool. So first I will teach you how to make the activator that makes glue slime. In case any of you don't have borax at home, you can try using contact link solution with a teaspoon of baking soda, or you can use dynamo. But if you do happen to have borax powder at home, you take 1 teaspoon of borax powder and mix it into your warm or hot water. You need warm or hot water so the borax powder can dissolve and your slime can activate properly. So I finished making the borax activator. So now we'll move on to the next step to make the slime. So first take your bowl and take the desired amount of water glue that you want. So just pour a bit. So if you don't have clear glue at home, white glue also works, but you'll need a glue that contains polyvinyl alcohol. So a way to test if your white glue has polyvinyl alcohol is to sit and let it dry, and that if it has polyvinyl alcohol, it will dry clear. So next you need to take a bit of your paint. So I changed my color of paint because my previous paint was dry. So you can also use food coloring. So just take your mixing tool, scoop up a bit of paint, and mix it into your glue. So I'm just mixing it now. So you have to make sure it combines properly so that you'll have a slime with even amount of color. So once your your glue is fully mixed with your paint or food coloring, you can start adding your slime activator. But since here we are using clear glue, you'll have to add it extra slowly because clear glue is more sensitive to borax or any activator you're using. But if you're using white glue, then you can add a bit more at a time. But I'm just going to do it spoon by spoon, and you're going to slowly mix in the borax. So right here, you should start to see little clumps starting to form. So if you start to see little clumps starting to form, you're doing it correctly. But since I'm using clear glue, I have to be extra careful. And so when you use clear glue, you have to mix a bit more. So I just added 1 more spoon of borax, so I'm going to mix it in. So when you start to see the slime is forming a bit better, you can start to pick it up with one of your hands, because your other hand is still going to need to pour borax if you need to. So you can start kneading with one hand when the slime is ready. But so far here, the slime is still very watery. So I'm still going to mix it and add a bit more borax before kneading. A small warning, you should never touch your activator directly with your hands, because if you touch it directly and if you have direct contact with the activator, it might cause sensitive skin harm. So I recommend not to touch the activator directly when you're kneading. But when you touch the slime, it should be okay if you don't touch the borax directly. So you know when to start kneading when your slime is becoming a bit more hard to mix. So you should feel a bit more tension when you mix, and then that's when you know when to knead. So you might need to add a bit more activator before kneading. So you just have to add a bit more, then you can proceed to knead. So I'm going to show you how my slime looks now since it's almost ready to knead. It looks like it's going to form and clump up, so that's when you know when to knead. So now I'm going to proceed to knead. So since my slime isn't as sticky as anticipated, I can start to knead with 2 hands. Sometimes you might need a bit more borax activator, but again, make sure you never have direct contact with borax activator. So I wouldn't recommend doing this on wooden tables. You should do it on maybe a marble table or a plastic table so that the slime does not stick to the table. So as you can see, it's slowly starting to form and it's starting to get really fun to touch. So here right now I need a bit more activator, but you remember you cannot add all the activator at once because the slime will become hard. But I don't think you want to play with hard slime, do you? So now I'm just going to continue to knead. So as you can see, it's really starting to form now. So it's still a bit sticky, so I'll knead it a bit more off camera. So now my slime is almost ready and I just need a few more spoons of activator. So when slime is formed, it's actually a chemical reaction, a safe one that is formed between the glue and the borax water. So as long as you find the ingredient that contains borax, it should be okay to make slime. So actually, it's not between the glue and the borax solely. It's actually between the polyvinyl alcohol in the glue that makes the slime. So it should start to get a bit drippy, but that's why you're kneading it now. So you can't use your mixing tool because you can't feel the slime. And when you knead the slime, you can adjust it to the texture you want it to be. So my advice is that you should not put it on any clothing or carpet because you'll get scolding from your parents. So let's say your slime gets attached onto your clothes. So what you can do is you can take some lemon and you can proceed to scrub off the slime with the lemon and throw it in the wash and it will be gone. But if you do leave it, then it will leave a permanent stain on the clothing that you were wearing. So now my slime is ready. And you might have some residue on your hands, but you can just use your slime to pick that residue up. And then your slime can be played with. So you can do a number of things with slime. You can create animals. Like you can create maybe a cat. But one very important thing is that you should keep it in a container that is airtight, or you can keep it in a Ziploc bag, but keeping it in an airtight container is preferable. So, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!